is about Charter Acts. So what is the meaning of Charter Act? Charter Act is nothing but it is a series of legislative measures by the British Parliament. So the Charter Act is named after the royal charters. Okay, so from where did the Charter Acts get its name is from the royal charters. So why these Charter Acts are important? Because they played a very crucial role in establishing the social, economic, political changes in Indian administration. Because of them only we see many changes in these aspects. Okay, so here the renewal time period of these Charter Acts are 20 years, and there are total number of 4 Charter Acts: 1793, 1813, 1833, 1853. Okay, so here we see that after 1853 there is no Charter Act because the power shifted to Crown. So next is about the Charter Acts in detail. So if you see 1793, we see that the rise of authority of Governor General. That means the Governor General can override the decision of council members. Okay, he doesn't need to ask the permission of them every time. He has to improve the efficiency in the administration, and he is forbidden to leave India without the permission. If he will leave India without permission, he has to resign. So next, the East India Company. The company has to pay a 5 lakh rupees of annual payment to the British government every year. So next is 1813 Charter Act. Very important act, because we see that the monopoly trade of East India Company has ended now, except the trade of opium, tea, China's trade. Okay. So next is the missionaries, the Christian missionaries who came to India. Now they are allowed to enter India and spread the message of Christianity. So they will slowly start establishing schools, colleges, and began education in India. Next is the grant of rupees 1 lakh to promote English education in India. So this is one of the important thing. See, there are questions they will ask you that which Charter Act has given the grant of 1 lakh rupees. So that you have to remember is 1813 Charter Act. Next here we see that there is prohibition of slavery also. Next one is 1833. So here we see that the complete end of monopoly. So here in the 1813 Act we see that monopoly was broken, but these were there still going on. But by the time of 1833, the complete end of monopoly trade took place. Next is the Governor General of Bengal will become or will be called as the Governor General of India, and the first Governor General of India will be William Bentinck. So next is a law commission was set up, and here the first judiciary committee. So it was chaired by Lord Macaulay. So he will be giving the Macaulay minutes, in 1835, where English education will be promoted. Next is 1853. So now the Governor General is going to expand his council. So initially you had few members, but now more are going to get included, and there we are going to have Indian members also. So Indian members are given the post of non-official members, and there is no fixed tenure of renewal. Before I have told you that the renewal will take place for every 20 years, but there is no date given in this charter. That means slowly it is mentioning that the East India Company's rule is going to end. Next is also allowed the Indians to compete in the civil services. That means Indians are allowed to write the civil service exam now. And one more thing you have to see is the Governor General of Bengal will become Governor General of India. Okay, so that means he is having lots of work to do. So in Bengal there was a need of governor, because the Governor General of India has to take care of everything now. So that's why there is a Lieutenant Governor for Bengal, and the person who is appointed is Frederick James Halliday in 1854. So this is all about the Charter Act in short. Okay, hope you like the video. Thank you.